Hey foodies, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my Gadget Kitchen. Today I'll be making air fryer chicken parmesan with homemade pasta and Caesar salad. I'll be using my Breville Smart Oven Air. Now you're going to see 3 different outfits in this video because it literally took me 3 days to film this. To say I was busy this week would be an understatement. First, I am starting off by trimming and splitting 4 chicken breasts. Now I'm going to cover the chicken with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to pound it out with a meat mallet. This will thin out the chicken and ensure even cooking and help it cook a little faster. Now it's time to season the chicken. So I am starting with kosher salt and then some granulated garlic, followed by some Flavor God Italian zest and Flavor God pizza seasoning. Now it's time to set up my breading station. So I've got a couple eggs that I'm going to beat, and then I'll be adding a little bit of water, and then I'll be seasoning some panko breadcrumbs with some salt, some Italian seasoning, and some granulated garlic. And here's my setup. So first I'm going to dredge the chicken in the flour, followed by the egg mixture, and then finally the panko. So now I am going to pull out the mesh basket that comes with the Breville oven, and I have sprayed it with some olive oil, real olive oil, not the fake olive oil, and I'm fitting as much chicken as possible. I was able to do 5 pieces, and now I'm spraying the top of the chicken with the olive oil. My oven is set to air fry 360 degrees for 10 minutes. I ended up increasing the heat to 375 because it wasn't browning fast enough for me, but once I increased the heat, I got nice color on it and it was very crispy. I decided to pull out my Cook's Essentials air fryer just to do a little quick comparison. So this was also set at 360 for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the chicken was perfectly brown and crispy. So this worked a little bit faster, but it makes sense because it's a smaller unit. The Breville has more space to heat up, so it makes sense that I would need to increase the heat. So next I am pulling out my marble cheese slicer. I'm going to slice up some mozzarella to go on top of the chicken. So now that the cheese has been sliced, it's time to top the chicken with some marinara sauce. Now that the cheese has been added, it's time to pop it back in the oven. I heated it up to 425, but if I would have been thinking, I would have used the broil feature and then it would have melted the cheese a little bit faster. So now it's time to make some pasta. I'm using my Philips pasta maker. I need semolina flour, all-purpose flour, eggs, and water. First, I add the dry ingredients, followed by the wet, and then I let the machine do the work. I will add a link in the description box to a video that talks about the pasta maker in full detail. I will also add a link in the upper right corner that you can click on to go to that video. So after about 3 minutes, we've got pasta. So now it's time to move on to the Caesar salad. The recipe for the dressing comes from the America's Test Kitchen Family Cookbook. I just tweaked it a little bit to make it my own. The ingredients and instructions are here. I'll be using my KitchenAid mini chopper, and first I will start by adding some freshly squeezed lemon juice, some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, a little Dijon mustard, some horseradish sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, oh my gosh, that's horrible, and then some anchovy paste. Finally, I will be adding in some buttermilk and seasoning it with some freshly ground black pepper and some kosher salt. I'm going to give that a mix, and then while the machine is running, I'm going to add in the olive oil. And just like that, we've got homemade Caesar dressing. So now it's time to get the lettuce together. So I'm using my collapsible salad spinner that I showed you guys in my vegetarian taco video. I'm going to chop up the lettuce and then I'm going to wash it really well. Lettuce, well, pretty much any greens tend to be very dirty. There's actually a few bugs in this lettuce, yummy. So I'm going to wash it really good and then spin it dry. So once the lettuce is dry, it's time to add the dressing, and I'm going to give it a shake so I can mix it all in. Some freshly ground pepper, some freshly grated Parmesan, and some croutons, and you've got Caesar salad. So here's what the plated chicken Parmesan looks like with the pasta. It came out really well. Next time I'm going to cook it for a little less time, 10 minutes, plus the cheese melting time was a little bit much, but when you're cooking, you just kind of learn as you go, right? That's what makes it so fun. So as always, thanks for watching, and remember, get out of the drive-thru and get into the kitchen. Bye!